The silence in the ballroom was absolute. It was the kind of heavy, suffocating quiet that usually precedes a natural disaster or a public execution. 500 people, industry leaders, CEOs, and the city's elite were staring at us. My girlfriend Miranda stood beside me in a shimmering evening gown, her hand gripping my arm so hard her manicured nails were digging into my skin. Her boss, Mr. Henderson, the CEO of the company she had been trying to impress for 3 years, looked at us with a mixture of confusion and expectant fatherly warmth. He had just asked a simple, polite question. "So, when are you two planning to settle down and tie the knot? You seem like the perfect team." Miranda smiled her perfect, practiced smile. She opened her mouth to give a vague, hopeful answer about future plans, the kind of lie that secures promotions and social standing. But I couldn't let her do it. I looked at Henderson, then I looked at Miranda. I saw the desperation in her eyes, the silent plea for me to play the role of the devoted partner one last time. But the script had changed months ago, and she was the one who wrote the new lines. I took a sip of my champagne, looked the CEO dead in the eye, and detonated her life. "Mr. Henderson," I said calmly, "I think Miranda should answer that question. Because the woman standing here isn't actually my girlfriend." The color drained from Miranda's face so fast, I thought she might faint. But to understand why I destroyed my partner's career prospects and social standing in front of the most powerful people in her industry, we have to go back. We have to go back to the moment she told me my love was pathetic. It started on a Sunday in November. I had spent the morning doing what I thought good boyfriends did. I'd woken up early, gone to the flower market to get Miranda's favorite lilies, and secured a reservation at a brunch spot she'd been dying to try. We were approaching our 1-year anniversary, and I was happy. I was invested. I thought we were building a future. I was wrong. As I sat there, excited to tell her about a weekend getaway I was planning, Miranda put her fork down and sighed. It wasn't a tired sigh. It was an annoyed one. She looked at the flowers on the table like they were a pile of dirty laundry. "God, you're so clingy," she said. I froze, my coffee cup halfway to my mouth. "Excuse me. You heard me," she snapped, her voice raising enough to turn heads at the nearby tables. "You're always so... ... Not the flowers, the constant dates, the good morning texts. It's suffocating. I feel like I can't breathe." I set my cup down slowly. "Miranda, I'm just trying to be a good boyfriend. I thought you'd like this stuff." "I liked it in the beginning," she said, rolling her eyes. "But now, it's pathetic. It's like you have no identity outside of us. You're needy. And honestly, it's a turn-off." She leaned forward, her expression hardening. "I need space. I need boundaries. I don't want a boyfriend who follows me around like a puppy. I want a partner who has his own life. Honestly, I think we should downgrade." "Downgrade?" I asked, my chest tightening. "You mean break up?" "No," she huffed, frustrated that I wasn't getting it. "I mean, stop with the romance. Stop with the expectations. From now on, we are best friends. That's it. Best friends who happen to sleep together. You know how you treat Nate or Will? How you guys just hang out, drink beer, and don't make a big deal out of everything? That's what I want. Treat me exactly like you treat them. No flowers, no special treatment, just buddies." I stared at her. "You want me to treat you like one of the brothers? But we still sleep together?" "Yes," she said, picking up her fork again as if the matter was settled. "It's called being modern. If you can't handle that, then maybe you really are too immature for me." I didn't argue then. I just watched her eat, memorizing the terms of the new contract she had just signed without reading the fine print. 2 days later, when the initial shock had worn off and I'd calmed down, I tried to talk to her one last time. I wanted to be sure. I wanted to give her a chance to walk it back. I went to her apartment. "Miranda," I said, sitting on her couch, "I think we need to clarify what you actually want. Do you want space? Or do you want to end the romantic aspect completely? Because what you said at brunch, it sounded like you don't want a relationship at all." She groaned, throwing her head back against the cushion. "I told you what I want. Stop overanalyzing everything. Just be cool." "But be cool means different things to different people," I pressed. "If I treat you like Nate, that changes everything. It changes how I prioritize you, how I..." "Oh my God," she interrupted, standing up and pacing. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. You're exhausting. You always have to have these deep, heavy talks. Just do what I said. Treat me like the guys. It's not that complicated." I looked at her. I saw the dismissal in her eyes. She didn't want a partner. She wanted a convenience. She wanted the benefits of a boyfriend when she was lonely, and the freedom of a single woman when she was bored. "Okay," I said. My voice was even. "You want to be treated exactly like Nate and Will. Friends with benefits. No romance. No expectations. Finally, she said, checking her phone. Thank you for listening. That was the moment the switch flipped. I decided she wouldn't just hear my objections. She would have to learn by experience. The change began the next morning. For the past year, I had sent Miranda a text every single morning at 7 a.m. Good morning, beautiful. Hope you kill it today. On Monday morning, I woke up, checked my emails, and went to the gym. I didn't text her. By 10 a.m., my phone buzzed. Miranda, no good morning text. I looked at it and chuckled. I replied, Sup. She didn't respond, but I knew she saw it. That Friday was the first real test. Usually, we did date night. I would pick a restaurant, pay for the meal, and we'd maybe go for a walk or see a movie. This Friday, she texted me at 5 p.m. Miranda, what's the plan for tonight? I'm hungry. Me, Nate and I are ordering pizza and playing FIFA. You can come through if you want. She called me immediately. Pizza? I thought we were going to that Italian place downtown. Why would we do that? I asked, feigning confusion. That's a date thing. Nate and I don't go on candlelit dates to Italian restaurants. We eat grease and yell at the TV. You said you wanted to be treated like Nate. So, are you coming or not? There was a long silence on the other end. Fine. I'll be there in 20. When she arrived, she was dressed in a cute skirt and blouse. I was in sweatpants. Nate, who I had briefed on the situation, was sitting on the couch in his basketball shorts. I didn't get up to hug her. I didn't kiss her. I just pointed to the fridge. Beer's in the back. Grab me one too while you're up, I said, eyes glued to the screen. She stood there for a moment, waiting for the affection she had called suffocating just days ago. When it didn't come, she stiffly walked to the fridge, grabbed 2 beers, and sat on the far end of the sofa. We ignored her for 2 hours while we played video games. When she tried to cuddle up to me, I shifted away. Dude, I'm trying to focus, I said. Nate doesn't cuddle me during a match. Nate snorted into his drink. Miranda sat with her arms crossed, fuming silently. Later that night, she tried to initiate sex. I turned her down. Tired, I said. Maybe next time, bruh. She slept on the edge of the bed, facing the wall. 2 weeks later, her car got a flat tire on the highway in the rain. In the past, I would have dropped everything, driven out there, changed the tire, and driven her home. My phone rang. My tire blew out. She was crying. It's raining and I'm scared. Can you come help me? I sat back in my office chair. That sucks. Do you have a hey? What? No, I'm calling you. Miranda, I said, using my reasonable voice. If Will called me with a flat tire, I'd tell him to call a tow truck. I'm at work. I can't leave. Google a local tire shop. Are you serious right now? She screamed. I'm your girlfriend. No, I corrected. We established this. We are friends who hook up. Friends don't leave work to change tires in the rain for other friends who are capable adults. Call her AA. Good luck. I hung up. She didn't speak to me for 3 days. When she finally reached out, she acted like nothing happened, but I could see the cracks forming. She was confused. She was getting exactly what she asked for, and she hated it. But her pride wouldn't let her admit she was wrong. The final straw before the climax was her birthday in March. Historically, I was a great gift giver. Jewelry, thoughtful trips, personalized items. This year I bought her exactly what I had bought Will for his birthday the month prior. A lukewarm 6-pack of domestic beer and a styrofoam container of buffalo wings from the dive bar down the street. I walked into her apartment and tossed a bag on the table. Happy birthday, dude. She looked at the grease-stained bag. She looked at the cheap beer. Then she looked at me, her lip trembling. This is a joke, right? She whispered. You have my real gift in the car? What do you mean? I cracked a beer open. That's what I got Will. He loved it. These are the honey BBQ ones. Your favorite. I am not Will. She shrieked, throwing the bag off the table. Wings scattered across her floor. I am a woman. I am the person you sleep with. How can you be this cruel? Cruel. I stood up, my voice calm but firm. Miranda, you gave me a set of rules. You told me my romantic gestures were suffocating. You told me to treat you like the guys. I am following your instructions to the letter. If you don't like the way I treat my friends, that's on you. But don't call me cruel for listening to you. Get out, she said. I left. I assumed that was it. I assumed we were done. But then, the next morning, my doorbell rang. I opened it to find Miranda standing there. Her eyes were red and puffy. She looked smaller than usual, defeated. I messed up, she said quietly. I leaned against the doorframe, crossing my arms. About what? At the brunch. With the rules. She sniffled. I was scared. Things were getting so serious, and I panicked. I lashed out because I was afraid of losing my independence. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean for it to go like this. I miss us. I miss the flowers. I looked at her. For a moment, I felt the old feelings. I wanted to hug her, but then I remembered standing in the rain, changing her tire while she yelled at me. I remembered the year of effort she called pathetic. I remembered how easily she had discarded my feelings because they were inconvenient for her. I appreciate you saying that, I said, but I don't know if we can come back from this. You showed me how little you respect me. Please. She stepped forward and grabbed my hand. Let me make it up to you. My company's spring gala is this Saturday. Come with me. I'll introduce you as my boyfriend. We can start over. I want to show everyone, including myself, that we're a real couple. I looked at her hand on mine. I should have said no. I should have closed the door. But I was curious. I wanted to see if she meant it, or if she just needed a prop for her work event. Okay, I said slowly. I'll go. The gala was lavish. Crystal chandeliers, champagne towers, men in tuxedos. Miranda looked stunning, but she was nervous. She clung to my arm, guiding me through the room, introducing me to executives. This is my boyfriend, she kept saying. This is my partner. I didn't correct her, I just smiled and shook hands. I was waiting. I was testing her then. We reached the VIP circle. The CEO, Mr. Henderson, was holding court. Miranda straightened her spine and approached him. Mr. Henderson, she beamed. I'd like you to meet the man I've been telling you about. Henderson turned, smiling warmly. He was an old-school guy, family values type. He shook my hand firmly. A pleasure, Henderson said. Miranda speaks very highly of you. She says you're the rock in her life. She's great, I said blandly. So, Henderson swirled his drink, looking between us. Miranda is up for a big promotion, as you know. We like our senior directors to be settled. Stability at home leads to stability at work. I always say, when are you two planning to tie the knot? The room went quiet. This was the moment. I paused. Miranda's nails dug into my arm. I could feel her trembling against me. She needed me to say soon. She needed me to cover for her. She needed the lie to secure the bag. But I couldn't do it anymore. The apology at my door felt hollow now. She was just using me again to get what she wanted. Mr. Henderson, I said carefully, Miranda and I have different ideas about our future. I think she should answer that question. Miranda's face went pale. Her grip on my arm tightened painfully. We're discussing it, she stammered, her voice high and thin. Discussing. Henderson chuckled, oblivious to the tension. Young man, when you know, you know. Are you committed to this woman or not? It's a simple question. I looked at Miranda. I saw the fear in her eyes, but I also saw the manipulation. She wanted the pathetic boyfriend back to save her. I'm committed to honesty, sir, I said quietly. And honestly, Miranda told me very clearly that she doesn't want a relationship. She wanted something casual. I've been respecting that boundary. Miranda made a strangled sound. That's not. You're twisting it. ... Am I? I asked, turning to face her. Did you not say, and I quote, we are best friends who happen to sleep together? Did you not tell me that romance was suffocating? I turned back to the CEO. Mr. Henderson, Miranda prefers a friends with benefits arrangement. She was very specific about it. So, no marriage plans. We're just buddies. The silence that followed was deafening. Henderson's eyebrows shot up into his hairline. The other executives exchanged horrified glances. In their world, you didn't talk about friends with benefits at a black tie event. You certainly didn't announce that your potential senior director preferred casual hookups over commitment. Miranda stood there, frozen. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish. She couldn't deny it because it was true. She couldn't laugh it off because I was dead serious. She stammered. Anyway, I said, checking my watch. I actually promised Nate I'd catch the second half of the game. Good luck with the promotion, Miranda. I gently unhooked her claw hand from my arm. I nodded to the CEO, turned on my heel, and walked away. I didn't look back, but I heard the hushed whispers erupting behind me like a swarm of angry bees. Miranda didn't get the promotion. Word got around that she was unstable and immature. She transferred to a different branch 2 months later. 3 months after the gala, I ran into Nate at a bar. We were watching the game, just like old times, but something was different. You ever wonder if you went too far? Nate asked during a commercial break. I stared at my beer. I thought about Miranda standing in that ballroom, humiliated. She humiliated me for being a good boyfriend. Nate, I humiliated her for being a hypocrite. Is that too far? I don't know, man, Nate said, shrugging. But I know you're not the same guy anymore. You used to lead with your heart. Now you lead with your head. Is that better? I didn't have an answer for him. Maybe I had lost a bit of my softness. Maybe I was colder. But I also knew I would never let someone treat me like an option again while demanding I treat them like a priority. Malicious compliance isn't just about getting revenge. Sometimes, it's the only way to force someone to look in the mirror, even if the reflection destroys them.